Today, let's talk about a topic many people ask about, and one that is very easily misunderstood. Should lithium batteries actually be charged to 100%, especially for phones and laptops? Why does everyone emphasize not charging phones to 100%, but laptops don't seem as strict? The reason behind this is actually very interesting and practical. Today, I'll explain it in the simplest way so everyone understands it once and for all. I guarantee after watching, you'll decide whether to turn on that 80% charging limit. First, a major premise for current phones and laptops. The batteries are lithium-ion or lithium polymer. They mainly have two enemies affecting their lifespan. 1. High voltage pressure, maintaining near 100% for long periods. 2. High temperature, charging while using heavy CPU or GPU loads. These two things accelerate the aging of chemicals inside the battery, causing capacity to drop extremely fast. Scientifically speaking, the most comfortable state for lithium batteries is roughly between 20% and 80%. Voltage isn't too high or low, and ions move around most easily. First, let's talk about phones. Why is it emphasized so much now? Not to charge to 100%? Everyone should have noticed. iPhone started having a clear 80% charging limit option from the 15 series. Options. Android flagships like Samsung, Google Pixel, ROG, and Asus also have similar features. Some are even directly called battery protection or adaptive charging. Why push this so hard? Because phone usage habits easily damage batteries. Many people plug into sleep, leaving it for 6 to 8 hours. Even maintaining 100% all night. Phone capacity is small, roughly 4,000 to 5,000 milliamp hours. Fast charging is fierce. 65 West or 120W is common now. The last 20% charging is slow, but still generates heat plus high pressure. Phones are often used while charging, scrolling IG, watching YouTube, gaming. The heat is higher, accelerating battery aging. Test data shows long-term charging to 100% plus overnight. Phone battery health often drops below 85% after 2 years. But if the 80% limit is enabled, many people maintain over 90% after 3 years. So phone manufacturers, we are now actively pushing optimized charging or 80% limits. Because phone replacement cycles are long, many use them for 3 to 5 years. Batteries aren't easily replaceable. Disassembly is troublesome, expensive, and might affect waterproofing. People care about resale value. If iPhone battery health is low, the resale appeal is much worse. Simply put, the 80% limit on phones has become standard equipment. Not using it feels like a loss. What about laptops? Why is it emphasized less? Laptops actually fear long-term 100% too, but people talk about it less. There are a few main reasons. The adapter prioritizes power to the CPU and screen. The battery rests after being fully charged. Unlike phones which easily microcharge, discharge constantly. To add laptop usage scenarios differ. Many use laptops as desktops, plugged in long-term, but some often carry them out on batteries. If you plug, unplug daily and drain it often, battery cycles increase and capacity drops fast. But if you keep it plugged in at home and work, the battery actually sits idle for long periods. The focus becomes avoiding long-term high voltage. 3. Laptop brands have supported charging limits for a long time, and they are super useful. Asus Miasis has an 80% balanced mode. Lenovo Vantage has conservation mode. Dell Power Manager, MSI Center Battery Master. Almost all have it. Plus, laptop batteries are large, 50 to 100 watt-hours. Set to 80%, you can still use it all day in less heavy gaming. For laptop batteries are relatively easier to replace. Many models have replaceable batteries, though internal ones are common now. But it's simpler than phones. The second-hand market cares less about battery health. But note, if you use your laptop plugged in as a desktop long-term, without setting an 80% limit, the battery will still significantly degrade within 2 to 3 years. Dropping below 80% health is very common. So the laptop 80% rule is actually just as important. It's just that people talk about it less because manufacturers default to 100% and many are too lazy to switch. Conclusion: what is the right thing to do? My practical advice: phones, especially Android and iPhone, strongly recommended turning on 80% or optimized charging. If it's enough for daily use, don't be greedy for that 20%. Battery life can extend by 1.5 to 2 times. Need to go out with full charge? Temporarily turn it off. Charge to full once. Laptops, if plugged in long-term at home, office, greater than, turn on 80% or 60% for extreme preservation. The battery can easily last 4 to 6 years. If you take it out often, greater than use 80% balance mode. Switch back to 100% if you need to be offline for a long time. It's okay not to set it, but plugged-in use will usually degrade it in 2 to 3 years. In summary, phones, because of long overnight charging, cannot replace battery plus long replacement cycle. So it's emphasized the most aggressively. Laptops, because of bypass plus replaceability plus usage flexibility, are talked about less. But the principle is the same: long-term high voltage plus high temp equals battery killer. Do you have the 80% limit enabled on your phone and laptop now? Which brand? Comment and tell me. I can also teach you how to turn it on. If you like this, remember to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. See you in the next episode. Bye bye tilde.